Hey guys, this is Argent here. So last night I finally passed 100 subscribers. This had been my goal for quite a while on this channel, and I just wanted to thank you all for just for being there. For those of you who commented, who gave likes, who shared my videos, I really appreciated it. It means the world to me. I do read all the comments. If I don't respond to a comment, it's normally because YouTube won't let me. I'm sure we've all been there with the stupid link comment system. But anyways, so this may sound a little different. That's because I finally listened to what people said. I've been saving up gift cards for a while, so I went out and I got myself a blue snowball mic. I know it's not a Blue Yeti mic, but I am unemployed, and while I do have some savings, I couldn't really justify spending the extra $100 on a Blue Yeti. Keep in mind we pay like 14% sales tax in Canada, so it's a lot of extra money. But anyways, I have a new mic. I think it sounds a lot better. And I think this shows. I'm going to try and be a bit more professional. I mean, obviously, I'll probably still do a lot of my videos off the cuff without formal notes. Even the ones I don't do with formal notes, though, that's I do normally think about them and plan them out ahead of time. I just don't normally make notes except if they're visually necessary, because I have a learning disability. I don't think I've ever really talked about that, and it's hard for me to do stuff like that, to translate things into a visual format. I just am bad at that. When I was in school, in Canada, we have mandatory intelligence testing, and I scored 99.9% on like verbal, rational, logical intelligence. I think my overall score was like 99.9%, but my art, fine motor skills, and visual spatial skills were in the 8th percentile. They were horrendous. I could never learn to handwrite. I never learned to take notes. I was almost failing in school until because that I'm 24, so back in the day, laptops were really expensive and just very inaccessible. Now you can get a laptop for $300 to get an Alpha Smart, which is this crappy little thing that's just barely a keyboard and like a 3-line keypad. To get one of those, it was just that was like $300 or $400, and that thing was well, it wasn't particularly good. But yeah, so I generally speaking am just better if I just think about it a bit, maybe go for a walk and reflect on it, and then just do the video off the top of my head, with maybe a couple notes or something. So I'm going forward, and I'll probably break this promise, but as much as possible, I will try to record using my new mic. I know that's an ongoing complaint, poor audio quality. I've been through a number of different mics over the years. I was just using the ones on my phone. Then I got a removable mic for my phone, and I had got a new headset for Christmas last year. So yeah, there'll still probably be some videos if I really just can't get to my PC to record. At least now I record using my removable mic on my phone, and that's a lot better. The Let's Plays will not have this for a while, because I've recorded a bunch of those, and they're kind of cute to release over the next couple months. And all those were recorded with my headset mic, which is much better than my phone mic, but not as good as this. So, those will come, but for a lot of the videos, I hope to use this mic. And I'm going to set up a place in the basement away from my family, so hopefully I can, if I want to record something, I can just go and record it. So, I mean, that all sounds pretty good. What else was I going to say? So I guess really, I just wanted to thank you guys to say you guys rock the world. I started out this project 3 or 4 years ago. It was really a project back then. Um, it was I used to have a blog um, called Bridge of the Separator. That was back when I used to LARP as a Zoroastrian, and then that eventually became Liberty and Justice. After with Liberty and Justice for All, back when I was kind of a mainstream conservative. And eventually, I kind of just closed it down. I had started it as part of a assignment actually in university. We had to make a blog and write political posts on it. I liked it a great deal. I actually got a whole bunch of views one day because I wrote one of the few negative reviews of the Avengers movie. So go figure. It doesn't exist anymore. I took it down. I didn't really agree with any of the stuff I had written uh, after I was kind of red pilled. I kind of came back to the whole thing when I was a mainstream conservative, just because blogging took up too much time. Um, I actually do like to write. Like I write books, novels. I haven't tried to get anything published yet, but I do enjoy the experience. I have actually finished 2 books. Fairly close to finishing a third. Um, Finished, but in need of editing, obviously. Um, so we have all of that. Um, but it takes me a very long time. Like it'll take me a lot longer than a normal person to write. I just kind of have a mental block when it comes to putting pen to paper. But when I'm talking, I find it a lot easier to just kind of express myself. What's it they say on Family Guy? Use your words, not your hands, or something like that. I just find it easier. Um, so I kind of decided, okay, I got to do some activism. I was kind of inspired, embarrassingly enough, by Glenn Beck and that kind of thing. So I saw Glenn Beck. I'm like, wow, I have to get into the fight. I have to get in and fight big government and fight all that stuff, just kind of generic conservative stuff. And I did that last year for a while. I made a bunch of videos. I'd record them on my old crappy Samsung Galaxy 3, which had a horrendous mic in it during my lunch breaks back when I was working. And then I'd upload them at night, and I worked. It took me about 12 hours a day, so I had plenty of time on the train and stuff to think of videos and then record them when I got home or on weekends. So when I finished my job, I kind of stopped making videos, and I just uploaded the ones I had. I scheduled them so I had enough to go till the fall. So then when those ran out, I had a couple months where I didn't post any content. And then in the fall, I went back to school. I did an online course, so I had a lot of. Well, I didn't have much time. I mean, my online course was like it was postgraduate online course in GIS, and that took about 8 to 10 hours a day. I literally worked probably 60 hours a week on it. Online actually is a lot more work than in person. There's a lot more assignments because they have fewer ways of evaluating you. So I would do those when I went for my walk every day. And by then I had gotten a Galaxy S5, which it still has a crappy mic, but it's a lot better. And I kind of figured I was going to do some Let's Plays because I got tired of a lot of the people who do Let's Plays on YouTube are kind of degenerates. And I'm no one like my own personal life. I'm a bit of a loser, but I I don't support the destruction of my society and my religion and my culture the way a lot of these guys do. So take that for what it's worth. So I said, I'm going to try and do mine from an alt-right perspective, and I don't think it turned out that great. I think I get too distracted when I'm playing a game to really give the kind of commentary I thought I would give. And I guess I don't really like the idea of going back and trying to talk over the game, like do post-hoc commentary. So I might continue doing those. I kind of find them fun. I do those more for fun um, than anything, because I find it forces me to try. Like, it forces me to generally not use. I occasionally use a couple cheats if I have to deal with AI problems or ahistorical outcomes or lack of realism. But generally speaking, I don't use cheats. I kind of like that. It kind of forces me to play the game the way it was meant to be played to full. And I find that a lot of fun. I don't think mine are particularly good. Maybe they'll be better with a better mic. It's really hard to say. So there's that. So I decided to do that again. I started making political videos and movie reviews again. Really, why I started doing it again was it was political activism. Um, but for me, it was more I started going in for serious therapy. My doctor started moving my medication around, etc. And I was kind of told to try and do more social stuff, to try and find ways to get over social anxiety, etc. And I had looked it up, and some people were saying online that doing YouTube stuff is good. Making videos where you're talking, and you get lots of experience, like forming your ideas. It makes you more articulate. It helps to build up your courage. It helps to just make you speak more fluently. And that was kind of my thing. I'm like, this will be a form of therapy. This will help to give me some confidence. This will help practice my public speaking. I don't really see that many people just because where I live, there's no one my age. It's all older people or young families, but no one really in my age group that I can talk to. So I figured, well, then I can do this, and that'll be kind of my way of dealing with it. Very autistic of me, I know, but I'm kind of at a crossroads for my life, and it's kind of hard sometimes to know where you're going to be in the next couple months. Every week I could get a job offer at the other end of the country and I could move. So there's really no consistency. But online will always be there. And through online I've met a great bunch of guys. I've met Iberian, who's a Randy, but he's a good guy. I met Czar, who's also a good guy. And I met Zoe, who doesn't post on YouTube. Don't worry, that's not his real name. Met some other guys. It's good. So it's kind of through YouTube I've made some friends. I lost most of my friends largely because of my religious views. When I stopped kind of being a kind of just generic spiritual person, I said I want to get serious about Christianity. I want to be Catholic, and I wanted to just be part of a religion and to be faithful to the religion and to follow in the religion. Almost all my friends in university, except for one, my best friend, who is his name is Abstract Entity on YouTube. Go give him a subscribe. Except for him, they all left me, and I was left alone. And my former kind of best friend, who I've known since grade 3, and I'm 24, so I've known him most of my life. I expressed mildly conservative views to him. I don't express like any of my things about race or like homosexuality or that kind of stuff. I don't talk about that. I don't yell it. In real life, most people have no idea what my political views are, or they assume I'm like a mainstream conservative if they have any idea. So I said some mainstream conservative stuff, and then he said I could no longer associate with you. And that kind of sent me into a depression, and that was earlier this year for a couple months. It's really hard for someone who's been there in your life for most of your life to just leave you and say that they're disgusted by you and they can never speak to you again and not even give you a proper goodbye and just deliberately try to avoid you. So I met some guys on YouTube and I feel a lot better about myself because I at least have people to talk to, and you need human interaction. I mean, people say you're a loser for having friends online, but if you look at historically, a lot of people lived very far away from their friends. Have you ever seen like the massive volumes of letters people would send back and forth? It's not like this is particularly new. People would occasionally only see each other like a couple times in their lifetime, but they would always send letters to one another, and this is really not that different. The people you talk to are real people. You may not see them every day, but you speak to them every day, and human interaction is human interaction. So I guess this is getting kind of long, but there's a bunch of just stuff to clean up. So I guess to end this video, and I'll put this in the description too, because you probably don't want to listen to this whole thing. what you kind of want me to do going forward? I can do some more educational stuff, like not exactly political, but a bit like my argument for the existence of God series, where I just tried to make it more kind of like educational. I could do some history. I could do some more theology stuff. I had this idea for a series, Better Know a Heresy, kind of like Better Know a District, which I thought would be kind of an interesting concept. So I had that. I can do just more political commentary. I could try to do more in-depth reviews. I can keep doing the character profiles, etc. By the way, announcement. I'll put this in the description too. I'm going to attempt to redo some of my old videos, particularly the ones that people like, that have shitty mic quality. Now that I have a better mic, I'll redo some of my character profiles. So don't worry about that. That'll take a while, but I am working on it. I am working on it. I have a lot of stuff to fix up. So yeah, so you want educational stuff? Do you want theology? Do you want me to try and cover the news more? Maybe like do some commentary on like more current events. I tend to not do that because it's hard to keep up. I may not always be able to keep up, and I kind of feel it would suck for you guys if you kind of come to like that and then I just don't post it someday and I'm kind of too busy to make them. So I try to make my stuff on a general topic and kind of make it maybe about a specific, triggered by a specific incident, but about a general principle. So I don't know. That's just something to consider. Please post your opinion. Once again, thank you guys. I really do appreciate all your support. You guys are great. You guys have helped me out a lot. God bless you all, except for the people who flamed me. There's not that many, but well, I guess God bless you too. This is Argent Templar signing